Hi everybody, it's Tatiana and today I'm coming to do a book review and I am reviewing The Apothecary's Curse by Barbara Bennett. I received this as an e-arc from NetGalley. It was my first NetGalley e-arc. These are given out, of course, with the purpose of getting reviews and getting the word out about the books that are being brought through by their various publishers. That's what the cover actually looks like in color. So anyway, I'm going to read the synopsis off of Goodreads because I don't want to give away any spoilery information in my synopsis. In Victorian London, the fates of physician Simon Bell and apothecary Galen Erseldune entwine when Simon gives his wife an elixir created by Galen from an ancient manuscript. Meant to cure her cancer, it kills her. Suicidal, Simon swallows the remainder only to find he cannot die. 5 years later, hearing rumors of a Bedlam inmate with regenerative powers of his own, Simon is shocked to discover it's Galen. The two men conceal their immortality, but the only hope of reversing their condition rests with Galen's missing manuscript. When modern-day pharmaceutical company Transdiff Genomics unearths diaries describing the torture of Bedlam inmates, the company's scientists suspect a link between Galen and an unnamed inmate. Galen and geneticist Anne Shaw are powerfully drawn to each other, and their family connection to his manuscript leads to a stunning revelation. Will it bring ruin or redemption? I really enjoyed this book. I was thinking when it first started that I wasn't going to like it and kind of like, oh God, what did I get myself into? But as the story progressed, I liked it more and more. I liked but did not like the main character of Galen Erseldune because he is this immortal 40-year-old looking man, but he is a cantankerous old fogey in a lot of ways, and that it comes across in things that he does and things that he says. He has this kind of impotent rage that he doesn't know what to do with. Then you have Simon, who is a physician and also brought into this world of immortality quite by accident, as you can tell from the synopsis. There's information given and you hear it spoken of, or you read it spoken of in the story, the differences between the two and how, the ways that people think about apothecaries and how taboo they are and how untrustworthy they are. And said in Galen's presence, and it's known that Galen is an apothecary, and his response to it is always very interesting because it again comes with that impotent rage that he doesn't know what to do with or how to express or even let it go. As we move from, and the story goes back and forth between 19th century London and 21st century US, and as we go between the stories and we see how Galen and Simon's lives are more and more woven together as they continue their friendship, as they continue their search for this book that Galen used to create the tonic that was supposed to heal or hopefully heal Simon's wife and ended up killing her, yet giving him immortality. You see more of their personalities together as well as apart, and the differences between the two. One being the entire time, and I'm not going to say how old Galen is, but just knowing 18th century, 21st century. There are 2 centuries between the stories the eras that we're looking at in their life story. So at least 200 years old. He's never changed his name. Simon has changed his name. He actually is an author, and at this point, but he's changed his name from time to time. Then the difference between in the 1800s, he deals with this mad doctor that finds out about his immortality quite by happenstance, and the similar kind of situation happens in 2016, and it of course, because 2016 is the year of technology, it runs around the world much faster than it ever spread in 19th century London. But when this geneticist company hears about him, and then they're looking at the documents that they have unearthed as they are remodeling or expanding their business, they immediately draw a connection to him, and then that brings the geneticist and Shaw into the equation, and that changes some things for Simon and Galen as well. And I really enjoyed the story. It was written well. There were some errors. Of course, it's an uncorrected e-arc, so I'm hoping that the errors that I saw in the book are corrected by the time it is released. Its scheduled release date, I believe, is October 11th. Really enjoyed the story. If you are looking for an enjoyable urban fantasy story that really just, it takes off once you get into it. Before I knew it, I was like in the story. At first, I was really enjoying the 1800s set part of the story more than the 2016 part of the story, because some of the 2016 stuff seemed kind of hokey and just like overkill with how things were being said. But as the story moved along, I realized how well it was really meshing together, and I just really enjoyed it. So that's all that I have. Thank you all for watching, and I hope you have a good week, weekend, whenever you see this video. Peace out.